Exactly a year since football supporters in the country have been to stadiums, and this has affected all stakeholders, including most PSL clubs. Although the big three of Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates will also bemoan the financial losses, it's the smaller clubs that have felt the pinch the most. On any given weekend, a club like Black Leopards spends close to 250,000 for each of their 15 home matches. And at full capacity, the Thohoyandou Stadium in Venda generates revenue of over 700,000 just on ticket sales. Without the supporters flocking in, there's no return on investment, meaning they work at a loss for every match.
It becomes more difficult with COVID. It makes it even more difficult because you find your costs remain the same. But as you've mentioned, the supporters can't go to the stadium, which means one major revenue stream or revenue generator is closed off completely. You know, us going to play at the Thohoyandou Stadium, we're still paying 50,000 stadium rental. You still need to pay about 20,000 for your medical team. So all the costs, they still sort of remain the same. I think the only one who would save on is the one on security, because there's not much security required because there's no people. But otherwise, everything across the board, you need to spend the money that you would have spent without any money coming in.
The 200,000 monthly grant from the PSL to each club can hardly cover the operational costs at the club, but Tidiera says they are working hard to ensure the players receive their salaries in full and in time.
We wouldn't allow it to go and have an impact on the team. You will never hear a situation where we said now the country's closed, players are not going to get their salaries because they're not playing, or they're going to get only half of their salaries. You know, we've always made sure that the team stays stable. Hence, I mentioned earlier, you know, you look at a fact like when the team was playing the Glad Africa, the money that comes in, or anyone who's in Glad Africa can tell you that you probably can only pay transport with the money that you get from the grant in Glad Africa. So the rest, you need to be able to go and get it somewhere. The impact, obviously, will be on the chairman, where we go and search his pockets to say, you need to make sure that there's money to make sure that the team remains the same. But
he also admits that the return to stadiums is dependent on the improvement in behavior and has encouraged fans to do their part.
Control of all these things is in all our hands. You know, it's simple. They spoke about sanitize, social distancing, wearing your mask. That will make sure that the virus does not spread. And if the virus is not spread and we conquer it, then it means then we can go back to normal. But until us, the public, behave in a manner where we keep each other safe, because some people are just a bit selfish. They only look for themselves. Or some just undermine the situation and think, nah, this cannot happen to me. But it's a collective thing where it needs everyone in the country to practice the protocols. Then we can be able to defeat the virus and then be able to go back to normal.
Although there's little money currently coming into the club, Tidiera has vowed that the family will never walk out on football, saying it serves as more than just a game, but also as a socio-development tool in the area. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Benjamin Leshuru in Johannesburg.